When I met Rameen's mother for the first time, we did what all proud parents do. We described our children. She had 3, 2 of whom were tracking well through prep school and Ivy League colleges. She paused. With a warm smile on her face and love in her voice, she said, "And then there's Rameen."
All right, the movement you've all been waiting for. One of the local talents of Carlisle, Rameen, is going to play.
And Matt Sinkovitz over here. Percussion extraordinaire.
My name is Rameen Shayagan. I'm a composer, a performer. Most important to me, I am an instrument maker. I build and repair instruments not only for myself, but for others. I don't think I'd be able to build guitars if I didn't love playing them. The way things have developed, I don't think I'd be able to play guitars if I didn't enjoy building them. When I or another guitar maker creates an instrument by hand, you can be guaranteed that it won't be exactly like any other instrument that's out there. They all have their own individual qualities and characteristics. The ultimate goal is to make something that can take what you feel in your heart, take what your brain is telling your fingers to do, and create this seamless opportunity for the outpouring of emotional and intellectual energy. That's really what inspires me to build guitars. When I first came to Dickinson College, I was pleasantly surprised to discover this community of artists, musicians, poets, painters, other visual artists and sculptors of various sorts, who were all living together in one special interest community called the Arts House. Crucially, we were able to play music in the house, which was respected as an art form in that community. To me, it was a place to be validated and encouraged, a place where I was able to blossom and gain confidence in the legitimacy of the artistry in this work. When I was studying religion, I took a course on ancient Greek vase painting. There was a slide that our professor projected for us that really inspired me and gave me the courage to go out and learn how to make guitars in depth. That was a painting of a muse on Mount Helicon playing a lyre, 2,500 years old. It made me think there have always been people making the instruments. Someone had to make the lyre that would inspire the muse, who would inspire the musicians and the poets. It all started with the instrument. Even before the instrument is born, someone has to conceive of it, someone has to make it. As an apprentice at the Chimneys, I've been learning skills from the violin world. There's a lot of crossover and interdisciplinary skill between guitars and violin construction. Nelson, the master violin maker, is an extremely patient man, thankfully. The first time I saw the Chimneys Violin Shop in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, I was struck by its beauty. There were violins hanging outside with their varnish drying in the sun, musical instruments hanging in all the windows as you approached the house. Inside, it was even more magical, almost like stepping back in a time machine. There's a 30-year-old talking parrot who is quite a character in and of himself. But so much of the modern technology that's taken for granted in the guitar world were replaced by hand tools. Things were done in an older, slower fashion than in mid-size or any kind of high-volume factories. I was really impressed and inspired to see artisans working like this, making things truly by hand, one at a time, the way things used to be made. The Chimneys is a great place to develop a broad base of skill so that I can tackle the broadest set of challenges. I feel a strong passion for instrument repair, in particular resuscitating instruments that belonged to folks whose family members might be deceased People oftentimes feel a strong connection with the instruments that belong to those people that are no longer with us. The instrument, I think, still carries a part of the people that are gone. The emotional attention that they paid to the instrument, the response between the person and the guitar, the self-expression, in a sense, it keeps a person of that alive. Even in the wear on an instrument, the neck that they held, parts of the guitar that sat against their body as they played it, all those things are reminders of loved ones. But I feel doubly lucky to be a part of the music scene, and also the person that many of these musicians trust with their instruments to help them be able to continue making music. I find it's a really honorable and rewarding way to be a part of the music industry. And when the sun goes down here in Carlisle and I sweep off my apprentice's bench, it's really nice to be able to take my guitar and walk down the street and perform the local musicians. There's really nothing more rewarding than being able to share some of the experiences I might have had throughout the day, to share my love for the guitar and the music that can be made with it, and to be able to enjoy the music that other folks are making. The commissions for making new instruments are few and far between. Tools are expensive and specialized equipment doesn't come cheap. It can be financially difficult to pursue a career as a luthier. Until my work gains a wider reputation, I work other odd jobs just to make ends meet. It can be difficult doing whatever I might have to do to survive.
Seats are
In spite of the financial struggle and periods of instability, I feel that my pursuit of luthiery is absolutely worth it. Making rent is definitely a big one. Making ends meet, I should say. Let me go ahead and try that one more time.